Yo, fam, what is up? You are back for another one. This is your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. This video is not financial advice. Do not buy stocks without doing your own research and due diligence. This is my research and due diligence. Let's go ahead and hop into the charts, facts, data. I've shared it with you, showing you guys what is going on for today and the rest of this week. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading into Friday, all right? So things are going to be crazy. Expect madness, all right? Expect madness. Crypto is pumping. Crypto is soaring. Meme stocks are ramping up. AMC had a very nice day today. Explosive move to the upside here in the end of the day. GME slight pullback. We're going to get to all this and more right now as well with SPY. So right now we want to be looking at AMC. AMC got an official close of $3.15, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys $3.10 was on the cards for this week, especially if we broke and held $3, and that's exactly what we saw today. I told you guys during the live stream that AMC was looking very good for a push to the upside, and we did get that fat push to the upside after we broke above 3. Then I told you guys 3.5, 3.10. If we held that, we blasted off the way to 3.10. Once we were going up, I said I think she got more, 3.15. And ladies and gentlemen, we did indeed get 3.15 with a high of a 3.17. Now RSI is hot right now, but Amy's consolidating, so this is going to help it cool down just a little bit. But RSI is hot here on the bigger time frames. But the biggest thing to point out here is Amy's holding this overall uptrend. This is very, very, very bullish, guys. You guys can see we have this trend line here, and we've been holding it, and we just bounced off of it hard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is extremely bullish. AMC in an overall uptrend, exactly like I said, and I believe that AMC is actually going to go back to $3.50, $4 when this is all said and done. And if GME goes past $30, that's going to help AMC go past $6 and beyond. And of course, AMC gets past $6 and GME gets past like 32 to 35, things could get squeezy to pumpage, ladies and gentlemen. So get ready for that. This is potentially coming very, very soon. We have the rest of this week, obviously Friday, and then heading into next week where we have multiple catalysts. Remember, tomorrow things are going to get crazy. Taylor Swift is going to be performing or doing the little event, not performing, but doing the little event here at AMC. I've seen already multiple people reporting to me that theaters are sold out. The theater in my area is sold out. The numbers look crazy already, and I think the Swifties are going to take over AMC. I should be doing like a little bit of a video or investigation. We'll see. Not 100% sure on that, but I will be diving in, showing you guys at least the numbers at very minimum. So make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. But that's happening here from the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Okay, so all this weekend we have AMC going crazy with the Taylor Swift event. Also, AMC lowered its debt. Now, it still has a ton of debt, but lowering its debt is better than nothing. This is a step in the right direction. So on top of us doing better at the box office, on top of this Taylor Swift event, on top of lower interest rates, which means lower interest payments, and the box office coming back, we have the debt being lowered as well. Bullish, 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 bullish. Now, GME collectibles are going crazy. GME is also profitable. GME has the warrants, which tomorrow is the recorded date. We're going to be recording how many shares you have. For every 10 shares of GME, you will be receiving warrants, which allows you to exercise those warrants between a certain period of time to get shares at $32. Now, remember, if you do exercise these warrants, it will be dilutive to the stock because it does create shares to deliver those shares to you. But this could also cause buying pressure and upwards pressure, causing what is called a double squeeze, putting pressure to the upside on the stock and the warrants themselves. So very, very bullish scenario here for not only AMC, but GME as well. I know people are a little bit worried about GME pulling back today, but I feel like they're scooping up the warrants for the low. In fact, we filled some of the gaps that we made. GME kept gapping up and gapping up and gapping up, and I told you guys about those gaps in yesterday's video. We filled one gap, but we still do have multiple gaps to the downside. So if we were to drop down in the morning, because I think the memes might see a little bit of a drop down in the morning and then a pop to the upside, we would come down to 2671 to 2659 and fill that gap. But I don't think we're going to come that low here on GME. The thing we really want to watch for tomorrow is shares available to short. Right now, at time of recording, they are low. 1.1 million here for AMC, and cost of borrow rising for AMC. Very, very bullish. Cost of borrow sitting at 0.66%, and then GME 0.54% with only 1.7 million shares. So both of them are relatively low. AMC is a lot more low. Then also, guys, we do want to beware that they are going to be trying to fight us very, very hard tomorrow because a lot of calls are in the money. $3 calls for AMC, and then also GME. A lot of calls have went into money since last week, especially if GME is able to get back to like $27.50, $28. They would have to hedge for a lot of calls. We want to be aware because their max pain price for tomorrow is going to be very, very low. It's going to be $25.50. Now, I don't think they're going to be able to get it down towards there, but they're going to be absolutely desperate to try to push GME down. So do be aware of that. $25.50 is max pain price. I don't think they're going to be able to get it down to there, but they are going to be desperate to try to keep us down. I think GME is actually going to start moving up, and if GME gets past and holds $27.50, it could blast off towards $28 once the hedging starts, and this could be disastrous for the shorts. I think that GME is going to continue moving up from this week into next week, and I think that even starting next week, we have more bullish catalysts for the meme stocks. This is not over yet, and the rally will continue. Remember, I'm the one who told you guys GME was going to rally, and the meme stocks were going to start rallying. Ever since then, GME has had nothing but green weeks and been moving to the upside, and I told you guys AMC was bottoming at that 267 level when we got the inverse head and shoulders, and AMC is ripping to the upside. AMC up 9% for this week, ladies and gentlemen. I think AMC is going to continue to the upside as well, which will be extremely bullish. If AMC stays above 310, expect a continuation to the upside. Now, I'm expecting a little bit of excitement pre-market, then a sharp drop down in the morning, and then a recovery. If AMC is able to break and hold 315, ladies and gentlemen, expect 325 on the cards for tomorrow. And of course, if AMC were to manage somehow to get to 350, things could get explosive. If GME can manage somehow to get to 28, things could get explosive as calls get hedged, people start to get FOMO and see these stocks pushing up. Things could get crazy. So be ready for tomorrow. They're going to be fighting us tooth and nail. I believe we can see a green Friday, but I'm very, very worried about potential manipulation, but I don't think they're going to be able to do much with all the bullish catalysts that we're seeing. Also, short thesis is literally being destroyed. GME is a profitable company. Both companies are doing a lot better on earnings. GME holds Bitcoin as now, so if you're short GME, you're short Bitcoin as well. AMC, we have the box office improving. We have the Taylor Swift event. We have lower interest rates. All of these things are very, very bullish. AMC also reducing debt. I think we're going to see a continuation to the upside, and I think this is just the beginning for what could be a potential macro rally here for the meme stock. So this is what we're looking at for tomorrow. Max pain for AMC is going to be $3. I don't think they're going to be able to get us back under $3. I think we got a decent move to the upside today. So I know that they're going to be desperate to try to push us down, but I don't think we're going to be able to go back to $3 in my personal opinion. I think AMC is actually ready to start, like I said, trending to the upside and making an overall bottom. Again, both of the meme stocks have green monthly MACD, and I believe that we are long overdue for bottoming on these meme stocks and start moving to the upside on the macro. So this is what we're looking at for AMC and GME. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, as I will be going live tomorrow. Let's go ahead and move into SPY in the overall market and show you guys what's going on there, and then we'll go to crypto. So guys, government is still shut down, but stocks are thriving. Crypto is thriving. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not need the government. As you guys can see, 668.45 is the level of support we want to watch for SPY. I think we're going to be holding that tomorrow and continuing to the upside. After a little bit of excitement pre-market, we're going to pop up and then drop down hard, similar to the meme stocks, coming down to hold 668.45. If we are able to hold that, SPY is going to push towards 669.71. If it's able to break above that and hold that, you're going to see a push towards 670, ladies and gentlemen. If SPY is able to hold 670, expecting nasty move to the upside, but I'm expecting another green day tomorrow for SPY. SPY pulled back a little bit today, finding its footing. I think what it's doing is trying to retest some of these support levels. That way it can continue up. I know things are crazy. I know people are saying this is a bubble, and I believe that this is a bubble as well. But with the interest rates being lowered and the dollar being devalued, stocks and gold, Bitcoin, crypto, they're going to keep going up. So yes, the chickens are going to come home to roost at some point, and this whole thing is going to come crashing down in spectacular fashion. But right now, it is literally printing out free money SPY calls, and the party is still on. The music is still playing, but when the music stops, everybody needs to find a chair, and you already know one person isn't. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY over market short, sweet, and to the point. I think we're going to see a continuation to the upside towards 669.71. If we're able to hold that, expect to push towards 670.74, ladies and gentlemen. And if SPY is able to break and hold that, you could go crazy all the way up to 672. I don't think we're going to get that crazy tomorrow, but I think we could definitely retest 670, 670, 74, around that range in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and move into crypto, show you guys what's going on there, and then we'll wrap up this video. So Bitcoin absolutely soaring after breaking out of that macro accumulation pattern that I said and found. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys can see weekly MACD starting to curl up. RSI not yet overbought, so we have room to run. I believe Bitcoin, short, sweet, and to the point, is getting ready to make another leg to the upside and make a new all-time high. And when it does this, it's going to take altcoins with it. You guys can see Ethereum hitting a high of $4,500 today, guys, pushing all the way up there, and then getting a little bit of resistance here, but it looks like it's going to push back up. It looks like both Bitcoin and Ethereum actually setting up for a move. Bitcoin is breaking out of that bullish pattern, so I think that we're going to see a continuation to the upside as well. Crypto is literally the future. I know it's cliche to say, but it's literally the future. We saw Swift today actually try to test the blockchain, and that's showing you that Swift knows that blockchain technology is competition. Things like XRP and Bitcoin are competition to the banking system and the current Swift system, so they do know that and they are aware. I don't think this is going to be a big thing for XRP. It's just going to be competition. So what we're seeing here on the charts here for Ethereum, you guys can see that Ethereum potentially is breaking out of this falling wedge, which could send Ethereum flying all the way back up to $5,000, especially if Bitcoin makes this move, which I'm thinking it's going to move here soon. You guys can see XRP above $3. If XRP is able to maintain $3, that means the bottom is most likely in for XRP, and you're going to see XRP move up towards a new all-time high around 331. After we break 331, we have resistance at 366. If it's able to break 366, you can see it push towards $384, which is my price target for XRP here before 2026. You guys can see we actually have a price target of $380/$4 by 2026 here for XRP. And Bitcoin, which I have never missed a price target on, we have a price target of 125,000 by 2026, and I think we're going to see that move here shortly. You guys can see that we're making this overall double bottom, and Bitcoin is ripping back to the upside. We do have these sell orders here, but if you see Bitcoin get back above like 122,000, expect all-time high to come very, very shortly after that. Most likely we're going to head up towards 125, 130,000, making a new leg up here in the crypto bull run. We've had a bull run all the way since Bitcoin is bottom at around 15,000. Can you believe it, guys? Bitcoin was worth 15,000. You could have took $15,000 and turned it to $100,000+ if you bought down here at the bottom. This falling wedge that I did call out on my channel, I did call the bottom for BTC. We've been very accurate here on crypto, so make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Cardano ADA also tracking here on the macro accumulation, where I think Cardano ADA is going to be pushing up towards $1.07, $1.25. ADA pretty much undervalued in my personal opinion. Coins like XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin have all made all-time highs. Ethereum and Cardano ADA is one of the top coins as well, has not made all-time highs. So little downside risk and a lot of upside reward, as this coin, you know, hasn't ripped to the upside as much as other coins. So Cardano ADA looking really good as far as risk to reward is concerned. You guys can see right here be your downside risk, but then you have your upside reward all the way up to a possible all-time high of 310. So that would be very, very bullish if Cardano ADA were to move up to there. I think it's going to definitely be moving up towards $1.07, $1.25 here very, very soon. If Bitcoin does make this move that we are expecting, expect altcoins to definitely push up with it. Bitcoin dominance still very, very high. We haven't seen a crazy altcoin season yet, so Bitcoin's going to need to move to make your favorite altcoins move. You guys can see right now Bitcoin dominance sitting at 56.6% and Ethereum dominance at 12.7%. If it was an altcoin season, Bitcoin dominance would be down to like 50-45%, if not lower, and Ethereum dominance would be like 15 or 20%, if not higher. So you can look for those numbers, but right now Bitcoin absolutely soaring. I called this move after we found this bullish accumulation. I said, hey, we're going to push up and do something special, and it looks like that's what we're seeing, and this is the beginning of that. So expect Bitcoin to potentially go much, much higher. We could see a little bit of pullback here in the short term because we are extremely overbought. So if it did pull back and altcoins did pull back, I wouldn't be surprised. But right now, we just keep going up, 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 up. We are going to need a correction here soon. But I think Bitcoin is going to be heading to a new all-time high very, very soon. So very, very bullish on what we're seeing here on crypto. Remember, this could be October for altcoins and crypto, as well as multiple ETFs are potentially coming out here throughout the month of October, basically from around October 2nd. So today, heading into October 24th, we could see possible Solana, XRP, Litecoin, and Dogecoin ETFs coming to the market. So do watch out for those, and I will drop the news if it does come out. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter/X to get that information and lock in and subscribe. So I appreciate you guys if you were able to watch to the end of the video. This was your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. If you guys want to support and do it a different way, you can check out the merch store. I'm rocking some of the merch right now. This is more than just a family. This is a movement, ladies and gentlemen. So you can support that movement. Also, you can rep it in real life with the merch. I appreciate anybody who did cop merch as well. I know a few of you guys did. If you guys want to support the streams, support the channel, you can also drop a subscribe, leave a comment, share. But also, you guys can check out the live streams and drop a super chat as well, which I truly appreciate if you are able to do so, but it is not necessary. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. If you found this video informative, drop a like. And as always, y'all, make sure you have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out, fam.